We are back in St. Martin for another episode of Boat Projects, and it looks like we might actually be seeing the light. Today could be the day everything finally starts coming together. But to get there, I'll have to trace mysterious wires into impossibly small holes, confidently press buttons I definitely don't understand, and naturally uncover a few more things that need fixing. Let's see if we can end the day off with more things working than broken.
We haven't installed the batteries yet, and we're still living off the full charge of the Jackery that Jade set us up with. But I do have a little generator here, and it's blue. There it is. It matches me too, look. I'm just looking for hand-me-down tools on Facebook Marketplace, and there's actually a lot of them. So if anybody is trying to get tools on the island and doesn't want to pay prices they have, there's people online with like full sets of stuff. It's like $30, come get what you want. Have all of this stuff. It says $20. Like, sounds great to me. It's Sunday, so there's not much open, which was an oversight on our part. Every day's the same here, we're just working away. But there is a couple stores that we think are open. We're gonna try and see what we can find to help us keep doing projects. Okay, so we weren't able to fill the propane, but we got a lot of other stuff, so we'll be eating good finally. All right, so we have the batteries inside. It's time to hook them up. So I bought the boat with no batteries on board. So luckily my good friend Connor had some laying around in a storage unit, if you could believe that, and was gracious enough to let me use them. We've got two AGM batteries here. They're about 200 amp hours each. With AGM, you have a 50% depth of discharge, which means that of usable capacity, we'll have about 200 amp hours with the 400 amp hour rated bank. Okay, what we're working with. No labels on anything, so we'll be following lines to figure out what this all goes to. Not in the best shape. Wires showing through here. Like, that doesn't look so good. Might have to recrimp some cables, which definitely don't have big enough tools for that, for this size cable. It's gonna take a second to map out. I was just tracing a positive line back just to make sure everything looked good before I hook up the batteries. And I found a leak under the engine. Looks like we got like a yellowy, like a honey consistency there, and then here it's green, and it's also all over the sail drive. I think that's engine coolant, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a deeper dive on that. I don't plan on starting this engine today anyways, because I already knew I needed to do some tune-ups. Also looks like it's seeping in here. That's the sail drive unit, which is pooling, which made me think maybe it was the transmission oil. So I don't believe it's supposed to look like that. Let's check on. Yep, and that is the same consistency. So it looks like I have a coolant leak. Could be this hose here, or could have a crack in the tank. Well, the list's just getting longer and longer, but that was to be expected. So I'm gonna come back to this later and keep tracing wires, because it would be nice to have lights tonight. So what I think is happening here is we have a positive fuses here come to the main house battery cables down here, and that runs back here to the engine bay to a battery isolator. And so I'm gonna make sure that I'm hooking up the output from this battery isolator onto the house bank. Before I do that, I'm just gonna check really quick how these batteries are doing. Sweet. I've got 12.9 volts. So that is fully charged. Anything under 12.6. So 12.6 to 12.8 fully charged. 50% it would read 12.2 to 12.4, and anything lower than 12 is pretty much dead. That one's looking good. Thank you, Connor. Nice. Okay, let's see if they fit in this hole. I'm gonna clean this up a bit and try and lug them inside. Okay, so I have located the house negatives and the house positives. I just wanted to go through everything and make sure I knew what I was looking at. Also, one of the house positives is a black cable, so that was misleading. However, it is connected to its own fuse. So the plan is I'm going to connect the batteries in parallel. Once I do that, we hopefully will have power. And then there's a whole bunch of other wires here that go to various appliances and stuff that we'll have to track through the boat. That doesn't look so hot. That's very corroded. And it's a little stiff too. Luckily, I shipped some new 2-gauge wire. I got this ratchet for, I think, $5. It's just to get by. It's doing the job for now. Until I ship a full tool set or find some good buy on Facebook Marketplace. Okay. It's not gonna work. So the two batteries don't fit in here side by side. When I measured it, it was pretty much like an exact snug fit. But it's okay because I can slide this battery over here, and then there's actually a little inlet that I can run wires through to connect the second battery here. Perfect.
What are you doing right now? Wasting time?
Yeah, kind of. I'm just trying to get these connections, but they keep breaking. But that's just how it goes, so just plug it away still, guys. Still here on project numero uno. I decided to just get some new battery terminal connectors at the store so we can get going on other things. So I'm gonna hook up my 2 positive leads to each battery that are coming from my 100 amp fuses, and then I'm going to jump the negatives between each negative terminal of the battery to connect them, and then have one house negative ground.
And as you can see, I did not end up doing what I just said. For reasons that remain unclear, I hooked up the negative side first. So consider this a quick lesson in what not to do. Always start with your positive cable, because once the negative side is connected, that positive terminal is just sitting there waiting for a metal tool to bridge the gap and turn your boat project into a fireworks show. Now, I definitely meant to connect the positive side first, so between that and my adamant dislike of these zinc connectors, this next part is a little hard to watch.
Oh look, it's as tight as it can be, but it's still not tight enough. I don't like that. Like, that could just pop off at any time. It's trash. Alright, that's hung a little better. That gives me hope for this one. Where is the nut? Damn it. I have another one. I have one right here, thank God. Oh, there it is. Found it. Sorry for the freak out. While I may not have connected these batteries correctly, I am always staying connected with my eSIM from Roamless. So when I inevitably get stuck, I can always stream repair videos, phone a friend, or ask AI how to resurrect a marine diesel engine with nothing but optimism and a $5 socket wrench. Got it! Roamless has got me covered.
Anywhere, every time. With their one-time activation that covers me worldwide, I never need to add it to my long list of things I need to plan ahead for when traveling. No swapping SIM cards or buying a new plan for every country I visit. It automatically connects me to the strongest available network wherever I am. So I'm not constantly scrambling for Wi-Fi just to figure out what broke this time. And because it's pay-as-you-go, I'm only paying for the data that I actually use. No guessing how much data I'll need before I leave. In a world where things break constantly, it's valuable to have connectivity that just works. And it works. Like, always. The credits never expire. So if I'm knee-deep in a project today, or sailing down the island chain 3 months from now, I can still rely on AI to tell me what I could possibly make for dinner with 1 onion, a can of beans, and no fire.
So basically, we're gonna starve.
Hopefully not quite, but with a bit.
Because on a boat, the to-do list doubles every time you touch it. At least staying connected is one thing I don't have to worry about. So if you're traveling anytime soon, download Roamless using the link in the description below, and use Pirate5 to get $5 off as a first-time user. It's worth having set up before you leave. Future you will appreciate having one less thing to worry about.
What are you doing? Just pulling off the side of this because I gotta fill the oil. Tank is about 11-12 ounces, so we put in about just over 10, and so I put in just a dab more and we should be good to go. Fill it up with some gas and this baby should start right up. Hopefully. Smells good.
Smells good.
Right, no spill.
Choke.
Put it into eco mode. Squat it. We got power. Now, this Jackery's lasted us over a week now, right? We charged it to 100%. We've just been using it for like lights and devices, but now it's down to 15%. So, ironically, we're going to use our gas generator to charge our electric generator because we're missing a solar panel connection adapter that we can't seem to find. Charging. Okay, so the next project, really simple one. Ever since I got the carburetor cleaned and then adjusted the throttle cable, everything seems to be working okay, except fuel line, or the bulb at least, is not holding pressure. So that could mean a couple things. It could mean my connections are not good, which I don't think is the case. The hose clamps look fine, the connections are clipping. So the other culprit could be like a really small pinhole in the fuel line, or potentially in the bulb itself. In order to figure that out, I've got a little soapy water here, which I just mixed up with some dish soap. I'm gonna run the engine, and I'm just gonna kind of slip the line with dish soap and see if I get any bubbles coming through. If I do, that will tell me exactly where I have an air leak. And if I don't find any, I think I'm just gonna start with replacing the bulb, because that's usually gonna be your first to go in the system. Basically, you'd be able to wipe it away, and then it would keep forming a bubble. You can see it, it's revving now. It's not getting any gas. And then when I pump it up, hear the engine start to settle again. And this test is not proving. Could just be like the slightest pinhole, and I could be missing it, but I think just to be safe, I'll switch out the bulb and see if that fixes the issue and go from there.
If you're wondering why we're suddenly back at battery terminals, trust me, I've been wondering the same thing. Boat projects just don't happen in a straight line. One thing I've learned is that your boat will constantly be tugging at each wrist in opposite directions. Every project somehow turns into 3 more, and before you know it, you're halfway through 6 jobs and finished with exactly none of them. More like a scavenger hunt, where every clue leads to another problem. But today, we might actually finish one.
Okay, I have finally hooked up the positive and negative terminals to both batteries. Let's see if we have power. stand by.
I'll see if anything blows up.
Make sure there's no sparks. Fire hydrants there.
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that. Too tired. Ready? Ooh.
Things are on.
Things are on. Now, I'm not really sure what any of this is, but we have power to the panel.
Okay.
Looks like this is a light 1, light 2, light 3. Should we give these a go?
Wait, sure.
I'm not really sure what the setup is here, but the panel is working, so I'll turn all the light switches on.
Good.
Oh.
Got the fan.
Yay!
You did it!
We have a fan! It feels so good!
It has a butterfly on it.
Let me shut the generator off. Okay, let's see. Now we can actually know if the water pumps are working. All the fans are on.
Wait, ready? Click a light.
Okay. Yay!
Let's turn all of them on.
So exciting! We have about 200 amp hours to use since they're pretty much fully charged.
This one didn't work.
All right, that one needs a new bulb.
Unless it's just not on.
So time to start doing some math on what we can actually be using. But for now, let's see what's working.
Alright, so the ones with maybe these don't work. The ones in this room work. I thought there was a fan in here, no?
Yeah, it's under here. And it works.
Us.
All right, so that works. Very nice. That works. All right. We have lights. Ah, this is huge. We're gonna go through the whole panel and kind of trace everything and figure that out. Oh, this is nice. That
Okay.
works. And that works. This fan is not there anymore. I think it got stolen probably
Crazy.
when it got looted.
Crazy move.
That one works. All right. Now for the big question. Let's see about this water pump.
I guess I don't need this anymore.
Yeah. I think let's turn off the fan for now, I guess. Flick on the water pump.
Is there water in the tank?
That I'm not sure, but we'll be able to hear the pump regardless.
Good.
Oh, you put a cute little butterfly on that. And now it flies. We are in the second bathroom. Actually, is there a light in here? Flick that. Ah! So exciting! We have lights. All right. So we're in the second bathroom. I am on the toilet. Kinda. And this is the holding tank. It looks like we've got some water pumps back here. So there's 1 and 2. There are 2 water tanks on board, so I'm assuming that is 1 for each of them. It looks like this is your valve to choose between tanks. And then there is a switch right here that looks like controls the pumps. But let's give that a test run. Vay, do you know which switch I was flicking? It's the one that looks like a shower.
Yeah, it's green. The one right below it. The shower one is on right now. It's green dot next to it. I think you clicked the one above or below it.
Okay, well, just give them a shot.
Try either.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay, go ahead, try both again.
Trying bottom.
Uh-huh.
Bottom off. Trying top.
Okay, give the other one a go.
Turning off. Turning bottom on.
Maybe it's because this is... Okay, Okay, so turn the shower one on, the one that has the...
You already have that one on. It's been on.
It's on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's give this a try. Can you turn the other one on? Turn them all on. Yep, that's the one. Which one did you just flick on?
The 12. It's labeled number 12.
Okay, so number 12 is our water pumps. Woo, that's high pressure. And that's the other one. All right. We turn the panel on, and then this toggle decides which tank we're pulling from. And it looks like we have water. That is a relief. We can take a shower on the boat. We got showers.
Should we label that? Where's the label?
Yes, let's label everything. So that's going to be the next order of business. Now that we have batteries hooked up with a charge, we can kind of go through all the systems and figure out what the hell the panel's doing, where it leads to, label that, and then we can start looking at these other wires that were kind of just like randomly connected to the positive and negative terminals straight to the battery that also weren't labeled. It'll just be a matter of kind of connecting everything, seeing what happens, and if that doesn't work, tracing it back to the source.
Do you think this water is okay to use? Or what's the deal with that?
Yeah, there's not very much of it, so.
Right.
So that's great news. The pumps are working. All of these showers work on a kind of like a sump pump. So that's the next thing to see if the pump's working. I'm really not sure which one that is on here either. This one I think is our sump drain. So let's give that a shot.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure this is your pump for the shower. Cool. And then this comes off and becomes a shower. It's supposed to have like a little handle, but it doesn't look like it's here. But usually you'd be able to pull this off the sink and put it up and take a shower. You can always mount one. And then you have that going into the drain here. And there it is. So we know the motor's working on it. Let's give it some water.
Good pressure.
Let's see if it will pull. Oh yeah! It's pulling! Ah!
You're not in the camera anymore. It wasn't fancy. Watch, we're gonna get in here and there's gonna be no more water left.
This is gonna make our lives so much easier.
FYI, we've been showering.
To figure out. I think it's just the
It
bullet
looks like
button.
a bear print.
It's because I walk on my tippy toes, so there's no heel. So we have been showering. Anive wanted me to let you guys know. We have been showering every day. Although I have gone a few days without it. But it is going to be such a relief because we've been using pretty much facilities on land to shower or showering in the cockpit. Drenching each other with a water bottle. Now we're going. Now we're rolling. Let's figure out what everything else is. Okay. So that seems to be all the lights in
Here, turn it on. I'll test it.
everywhere.
I'll test a bedroom. And fans, right? Yeah. Or no, maybe another switch is the fans. Oh my god, I lied. We do have wine.
Oh, beautiful. Let's celebrate.
From Chile.
That's this one, yeah?
Are you sure it's the fans too?
Turn on the fans.
I actually don't know how.
There's a switch on the back of it. Yep. Okay, I need to make that smaller. There it is.
May I turn on a fan for now? Like
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or what?
Okay. Okay, Anive has just pointed out to me that these aren't all the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 light bulb. They're actually mast light, looks like deck light, stern and side lights,
Middle
maybe
pole
steaming light. Yeah, okay.
And so what's this one that's in the middle of the boat?
I don't know.
On the side?
There's no lights over there. Let's pull out papers down here. They may guide us. It's ironic I still have to use a phone light because the one light that's out is this one. Although I have brand new ones right here. It's a project for another time. But I don't know if that
Is that a radio?
hooked up.
Like a CD player?
Yeah, it is.
That's sick.
Yeah, maybe we'll keep that. Make me some mixtapes.
Sure.
That's both speakers working? Yeah. All right, I have made some progress figuring out what's what, and I've labeled accordingly. I have majority of things figured out, so I think I'm gonna hang it up for the night. I did find this folder of manuals. There may potentially be a diagram for electrical, I'm hoping. I've gotten about a quarter of the way through it, and I think it's time to head to bed. This was a major turnaround in the progress of getting this boat up and running. Yeah, to have lights, running water, draining water, hopefully a propane stove in the morning, an absolute game changer. I think this is really gonna propel the rest of everything. Finally feeling like we have a win.